My name is Sara Kreischer, and I have two boys, Jude and Luke, and I've been going to community church for about a year and a half. I got connected with community church actually through most random of circumstances. I grew up in Northwest Indiana, about 3 hours from here. My sister and her husband had actually relocated to Greensburg because he had gotten a job at the Honda plant. At this point in life, I had been married and was following around a military man, and we were stationed in Alaska and went through a very difficult, very heart-wrenching and unwanted divorce. And so when it became evident that I was going to need to relocate and leave Alaska, it started becoming evident that I needed to move home to Indiana, and my sister asked me if I would be willing to move to Greensburg and stay with her. And at that point, I had been to Greensburg a total of about 3 times, and all I knew was that you guys have a tree on your courthouse, and I knew one other person other than my sister, and so it didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. And then after really praying about it and thinking about it, I relocated to Greensburg, and my sister had been a faithful attender of community church, so I started attending with her. I remember walking in and being very shell-shocked at my situation, and I was fearful as to what to expect and hopeful that maybe it would be a good fit for me. So I walked in on Mother's Day, and I remember being greeted by Jane Weber and my children being welcomed by Rachel Winters, and she already knew them by name and knew to expect us. And I remember being exceptionally overwhelmed by the warmth of the welcome that I received, and being able to take a deep breath, because where I was such a place of turmoil, and it was nice to just take a deep breath and feel like people saw me and understood me and had sympathy and open arms. In November of 2015, I had been here for about 6 months and was getting settled. Elizabeth had introduced me to all of the wonderful people at community church, and I was getting plugged into a small group and really kind of trying to set down roots and get a new normal established. And I found out from them in November that my sister's husband, Andrew, had gotten a really exciting opportunity to work in the research and development area of Honda in Marysville, Ohio for 2 years. And so that meant that they would be relocating there. And so that news was very difficult to take. So I kind of stopped and took stock of my situation and just kind of looked around to see what decision should be made. Should I move with them to Ohio? Should I move back with my parents? And so after just kind of thinking about it and praying about it, I just came to the realization that I think that what I had here and what I had established with my community here, and most notably with community church, was going to be enough to kind of sustain me for a couple of years. And so I made the decision to stay here in Greensburg, 3 hours away from family in either direction. So just realized that I had family, it was just my church family. Giving has always been important to me, to make sure that I am regularly tithing to the church. It remains important now, even with my situation being a little bit different, but I still make sure to contribute to community. 1, because I love the ministry that community is doing. I love that they're reaching out and the ways that they're pouring into the community. And 2, because I really want to honor God in my finances. And I know it's one of the simplest ways that we can obey a commandment that He gives us, to bless the church that we're part of, to bless the community that we're part of. So it just remains important to me to make sure to continue to regularly give. Community church really does embrace their motto of creating a community where all people can connect to God's story. Not neat people, not perfect people, not people who are put together. They connect messy people with hard stories. They connect people with pasts, and they connect people with brokenness. And I just would hope that anyone else walking through the door would really understand that you are welcome regardless of your past, regardless of the struggle that you're walking through, regardless of the circumstance that you find yourself in.